the Belfast Coffee, a new modern take on the Irish coffee that's perfect for serving when the weather's a touch warmer. Fáilte Arash to the bar, you are very welcome back, where we're having a bit of fun today building some I suppose modern Irish drinks. The Belfast Coffee, a take on the famed Irish coffee, but it's a cold drink, so made using cold brew coffee instead of fresh brewed hot coffee. So jumping right in, we serve it in the Georgian Irish coffee glass, a 6 ounce 180 ml glass. So we serve it in that. You can see I do have a handled glass out here, you know, a hot toddy glass as I would call it. I've got some hot water in there. I'm going to use that for warming up my spoon for the last part of this process when I float the cream on top of the drink. So the difference between a Belfast coffee and an Irish coffee is, well, two things. Firstly, the Belfast coffee is a cold coffee. The second one is it uses Poitín instead of Irish whiskey. Poitín, the old Irish illicit spirit, which is now made legally and commercially. The only one that I can get my hands on out here in California is the Mad March Hare Irish Poitín. So I use that often in place of other white spirits in other cocktails. So I'll always have a bottle or 2 or 3 of that on hand here. If you don't have any Poitín and you cannot get your hands on it, I would suggest that you maybe sub in some vodka in place of the Poitín for this. That'll be a Belfast coffee, I suppose then. So yeah, so think about doing that if you can't get your hands on some Poitín. So straight in, 4 ingredients and a garnish. So we will jump right in with that. We'll start with a sweetener. So we use Demerara Syrup. So I made this here at home. Link below for some instructions and a very quick brief video on how to make some Demerara Syrup. Otherwise you can buy it online, again, link below, or pick it up in your local supermarket, but very, very easy to make if you've got some Demerara syrup to hand. So 15 mils or half a fluid ounce of Demerara syrup to start. So we will get that in to our glass. Lovely. We then start with, we then continue with a fluid ounce of our Mad March Hare Poitín. So let's get some of that in there, a fluid ounce of that. What I love about working with I suppose the now iconic Irish coffee glass is it really allows you to get your proportions right. So you get a lovely balanced drink because you don't have a lot of space to waste. Now, again, I said the difference between this is it's a cold drink. So we use a cold brew. Whether you make your own cold brew, and God love you if you do, because it takes a long time to do, better off just to buying some. Here's some that I picked up. Again, links below to a couple of cold brew options that you might want to pick up. So I'm going to get this in. And what I do is I say to people, get this up to about kind of 80-90% of the glass full, as opposed to giving you an exact measurement for the cold brew. We're going to give this a little stir, get the syrup and the Poitín and the cold brew all nicely mixed together, and then we're going to float a bit of cream on top of it. So it's looking lovely. Now, I'm going to warm my spoon so that we can get the cream to float on top of it. My tip for cream, again, I will share it below. I use local cream to me here, so I use Sonoma County cream. And what I do is, obviously it comes out of the fridge. I have my cocktail shaker in the freezer. I take it out, I pour my cream into the cocktail shaker from the freezer, and then I give it a whisk with this little gizmo here, link below for that, for about 45 seconds. And that works for me. It just gets it at a really, really nice consistency for pouring. So, warm spoon on top of my cold cocktail, and let's get some of this poured on top. We will float it, and then we will garnish it. So here we go. Lovely. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Pop that in there. Now, on a Belfast cocktail, there is a garnish. It's ground nutmeg. I don't have any fresh nutmeg here in the house, so I have a little jar here of ground nutmeg. So I'm just going to give that a sprinkle on top. There we go, look at that. Lovely. and we'll have a little bit of a sub of it. So with that, we'll say sláinte. Really delicious. I love the contrast in the cold cream and the coffee underneath with that little kick to it, obviously from the poitín, a little bit of sweetness from the Demerara syrup. Just a lovely, lovely summer take on the Irish cocktail. So I suppose with that we'll say sláinte, and we will see you next time.